get me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know y'all see from the title, it's a story time about how I moved from Jersey to Georgia with a random girl. She didn't move with me. She helped me move, but she stayed with me for like 10 days. And it was supposed to be like it was supposed to end in a relationship, but it didn't quite get there. So let's just jump right into it. I decided to move from Jersey to Georgia, back to Georgia, because I had previously lived in Georgia. That's a story for another day. But I was moving back, and my son was, I want to say he was almost 2. Yeah, he was almost 2 because I moved in August of 2022. 2021. Oh my God, I need to fact check them dates. God damn, life is a blur right now for me. Ugh. But anyways, I just know that we was older than 1. And I was saying that he was still 1. I was changing his birthday so that I didn't have to pay for his ticket because he was considered a lap seat, you know? So he was getting to the point where they're like, dang, like, he's a big 1. And I was like, yeah, he's 1. He's a big 1. And then he started talking. So I started getting nervous. Like, I don't want him to say, no, I'm 2, you know? So it just started getting a little bit too hard to travel with him because it wasn't believable. He was big as hell. So that, and I just wanted my own space. I was tired of living with my parents after being out for so long because I had left when I was 18. So I had a few years out in the world before I came back. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to live on my own with my baby and just, do what I had to do. As soon as I had the thought in my head, I started executing. I started executing as soon as I had the thought in my head. And I was ready to move within like 2 months. 2 to 3 months. I want to say 2 to 3 months. But in that time, I met a girl on a dating app. I think it was the one for us. Yeah. And I met her. It was cool. She was from Jersey as well, but she was living in Baltimore. So I'm like, oh, so I'm talking to her. I could probably pick her up on the way there and we could just, meet and it'd be like so cute and just, we fall in love and just go into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan that I had in my head. And it's so crazy because I was talking to a guy back at home during the time, but I knew that once I left Jersey, it was done for that whole relationship because I vividly remember one day we were talking and I said, what are we? And he said, we're just friends. And we had a conversation about it. And I'm like, this is not giving friends or whatever. And he was like, basically, because you have a kid, he ain't gonna take me serious, basically. And yes, you could say it was done, but at the same time, I was getting everything I needed. We was cool, everything was great. I just know that this is not gonna be a relationship, and I was okay with that, So we had a very fun time, but I knew in my head the day that I left, it was kudos to that mother. Okay, so I just had that in my head, and so when it was come down time to it, he was like, "Why you ain't asked me to move with you?" Da, da, da. I'm like, "Oh, remember when you said, da, 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 da? Yeah, right. But I'm going to get old shorty on the way there." So we're gonna just jump straight to the day that I leave. I left around like afternoonish, right? I left around afternoonish. I stopped in Baltimore to see my friend, and then I went to go get the girl. But on the way to the girl, like I'm with my friend, and the girl gets in a car accident. She was supposed to help me move, like she was supposed to help me drive. Like she was supposed to help me drive. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl got in an accident. She's not stepping foot on the driver's side. she's not driving anywhere. She's gonna be a passenger princess because I don't trust her anymore. Like the first day that we're supposed to be meeting, it's giving. I already know this is not gonna work out because I look at everything as a sign. And if I'm counting on you to help me drive to Georgia, and you get in an accident right before I pick you up, that's not looking too hot. I don't want you in my driver's seat because I can't trust you. How the hell you get in an accident the day we leave? We supposed to leave. That don't even make no damn sense. So when she said she got an accident, I already knew from that point she was not driving. Okay, so we met, and it wasn't like, you know, the best meeting because she was shook up. Like she was traumatized a little bit. You know, she just got in a car accident and she hit a person. So, you know, she was going through her emotions, and rightfully so. Like I would have been fucked up too. But you know, it was a little awkward at first because she was shooken up. But then we're on the road. Fast forward, we're on the road. Everything is cool. We're talking or whatever. It's okay. I'm feeling the vibes, but I'm like, ugh, you got in a car accident. That's really kind of sitting weird with me a little bit. Like now I got to drive this whole way, so I'm kind of stressing out a little bit, right? Let's fast forward until the morning, the next morning, because I had drove all night. I drove all night and it started raining and it was pitch black and I couldn't even see 2 feet in front of me. I was so scared. Oh my God, I was so scared. I was scared for my life. Oh, I'm traumatized thinking about it now because it was so scary. Like at one point I had to stop at a gas station because I could not see. Like I could not see, and I'm like, you know, we gonna get there when we get there. Let's just let the rain calm down a little bit because she's not driving. And if I can't see it and you're not driving, we have to stop. Period. So that was that. The next morning we're driving through Atlanta, traffic. I think it was like 8 o'clock or something like that. It was so much traffic, 8 or 9. And then she gets a call from her doctor, right? Because before we met, I said, oh, you need to make sure that you are clean, like get tested or whatever, because I don't play that. Okay? So I was cool. She told me that she was waiting on the results. I'm like, all right, well, you know, as long as they come within the time frame, we're good, you know? So her doctor calls her and he says, you know, you have BV. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, very normal for a woman to have it. Cool, whatever. But what got me was her repeating, I got BV. Babe, why did you yell it out? Like, if I'm on the phone with my doctor and they tell me I got like BV or something like that, I'm not gonna scream it out to the person sitting next to me. Girl, you just met me. You just met me. I'm judging. I'm judging because why are you screaming it out? First of all, why didn't you get tested how you ain't no you ain't I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions because it was given she ain't know what BV was. So now I'm thinking everything else. The questions are rolling. They're rolling, and I'm looking at her. She looking at me. She get off the phone. I'm like, oh, so you have BV? And she was like, yeah, they're gonna send it to the, you know. And I told her the places around where we can get the medicine or whatever. And she's like, yeah. And it was just awkward as fuck after that. I don't even remember like what the conversation was. I think I just like kind of brushed it off because I didn't want to make her uncomfortable. But at the same time, like now I'm uncomfortable because how you ain't handle what you needed to handle, and then how you don't know what the hell that is. Like as a woman, you need to know your body. You need to get checked. You need to do the things that you need. Like, oh, okay. She was a stud. That's a very important piece because I feel like a lot of studs don't know their body the way that they should. Not every stud, but the studs that are like more so the manly ones, they tend to not really care about what is going on because a lot of them don't know what the fuck going on for real. So that was that. But now, like, I'm looking at the whole situation like this kind of changes everything. This changes everything. Why you don't know what that is? Now we are pulling up to the apartment, and I'm tired as fuck. Like, I'm tired. She's tired. We're hot. The car is packed with everything. Like, it was a very uncomfortable ride. It was very uncomfortable. I had a Toyota Camry at the time, and I had a lot of stuff in there. So we are tired, hot, sweaty. I'm like, it was a lot. So I get the keys, go in the apartment or whatever. I'm so excited about it. And we go to the pool. We had a really good day. Like, it was fun. It was fun. It was like hanging out with your girlfriend. Like, it was literally hanging out with your girl. We had a really good time. And she didn't like, she was, touching on me or whatever. It was cute. It was like, but it wasn't nothing crazy because in the back of my head I'm like, you don't take care of yourself properly, and I don't like that. So then that night, I think we had got some chicken from Publix. If y'all don't know about Publix chicken, I need y'all to get on board. That chicken is so good. Not the fried one is good, but the one that don't have no batter on it is even better. Hot and spicy, bomb. Mwah, love it. So we had got that. I remember because that I think that was the first time I had it, and it was so good. So I vividly remember this conversation because it was so cringy. She was like, are we gonna do some kissing tonight? Oh my god, ew, ew, and stuff like that. Like, once you turn me off, I'm turned off forever. Like, I cannot. I'm looking at her like, no, we're not. We're definitely not. And it was just bad on that because ew, ew. So now after dinner, let's fast forward to that next day because that night nothing happened, of course, because I was not playing that shit. Nothing happened. The next day, we had been going through the day. I think we had went to the gym and stuff. We were just checking out the neighborhood. It was cool. It was really nice. It was a good time. Like, although we did not make shit shake between us, it would have been a cool friendship. Like, as a friend, she was cool. She was funny, She was funny. We had good times while she was here. But I just don't like that. Like, your hygiene is very important. How do you not know? You know? But she didn't want to be my friend. She said either we gonna be together or we not gonna be nothing. Alright. Guess we ain't gonna be nothing then. On the second day, she said something about like, so does that mean like I can't get no head or nothing? And I was offended because hell no, you can't get no motherfucking head. Hell no. You can't get nothing from this mouth. Nothing. And then I'm so offended. I'm like, because she don't know what BV is, I had to give her a different example. I'm like, so if a girl had a yeast infection, would you still eat her out? And she said, not knowingly. Oh, okay. So you wouldn't do it knowingly. So what makes you think I want to do that to you knowing that you have something? Right. So that blew me. And I think that was what it was. I think from that point on, she lost me ever on a sexual level. Like, you hell no. From that point, it was done. And then that day was cool. Then the next day, I had to break it to her, and I'm like, no, actually, I think I did it the same day because I was so taken aback by that question that I couldn't even let it go on much longer after that. So I told her, I don't think it's gonna work between us. Um, and she didn't take it well. Understandable, because you just moved. Well, you didn't move. You just helped me move across states. You just drove with me for hours with this thought that we were going to be together forever, and it just crumbled right in front of you. That's terrible. That is terrible. But at the same time, I can't fake it to make it. I can't. I cannot. And I was turned off, and that was the end of that. So I broke it to her, and she was very upset. And I had a 1-bedroom at the time. So when we got back in the apartment, she took over my bedroom because she was mad at me. And I was just like, you in my motherfucking house, closing my motherfucking doors? I'm gonna let you have it because I just broke your heart. But like, okay. So after that, I just, it had to settle down a little bit. It had to calm down. But we started talking. I'm like, I don't want it to be uncomfortable for you, because she planned on staying for over a week. I believe it was. It was either 10 days or 7. It was something around that. So she was gonna be there for a while because it was only day 2. We had a whole week. It's a change to go. So I'm like, I don't want it to be uncomfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucks with you. I just can't fucks with you. And I didn't even tell her that it was because of me being turned off in that way. I didn't know how to say that. So I hope she doesn't find this video. But if she does, I'm sure she ain't gonna say nothing, because I'm not saying no names, babe. So let's keep it cute. But so I'm like, I don't want it to be uncomfortable for you. Like, I still fuck with you. And it was cool after that. Like, it was cool. It was really cool. We had good times. We played games. I did her hair. We did some shopping for the apartment. Like, it was really cool. I really did fuck with her. She met my son. It really was. I didn't have no choice but for her to meet my son. But while my son was there, of course, it's giving, hey, look at Titi, So while she was there, she still was trying to, like, get your girl back or whatever. But once my mind is set, my mind is set. My mind is set. And that's just that on that. So that whole time she was trying it, but no ma'am. No ma'am. So we're gonna just fast forward to the last day that she's there, because she still stayed that entire time. She tried to find a way, like, back home, but if it's not uncomfortable for you, why not just stick it out? Because you're gonna waste your money on that ticket that you bought, because she already had a booked ticket. She just had to wait until the day, right? So I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal. Like, I'm not gonna kick you out or nothing like that. I'm just letting you know, like, we can't be on that level, So she ended up staying. And on the last day, we went out to this restaurant. That food was bomb. I remember I got shrimp and grits. That shit was fire. It was fire. And we was talking, and I'm like, oh, so is this the last time that we'll ever speak to each other? And she said, yes. She said, I will never speak to you again. Respectfully, though, like, I get it. I just did you, like, to her, I did her so dirty. But to me, I couldn't look past it, because that's my first time meeting you. First impressions are everything, okay? And I was turned off that first impression, so it was downhill from there. I can't forget that. So, yeah, and she stood on that. She ain't talked to me again after that. But then, of course, I still was looking at her page. She still was looking at mine. She did make a post about me once. It wasn't nothing crazy though, but the post let me know, like, she didn't know what it was really, why I didn't want to fuck with her, because I could tell she didn't know. And I'm like, Maybe I should have told her, but at the same time, you're a grown ass woman, and that's where I'll leave that. That is that is the end of this story time. Did you guys enjoy that? I know I was doing a lot. Like I know it was a lot of stuff going on. But let me know. And I have a lot of. I don't have that many. I don't have that many. My life is not really that interesting. That was like one of my most interesting stories. But I do got a couple other stories if y'all want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and then one more thing. If you guys could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you.